Yeah, around 5:30 we had fire had started outside of our house. A couple of us kind of got together to try to put it out, try to figure out what was going on, and in the confusion of what started it, was it you, there was a scream that was heard on the main floor, and so we went to investigate it and figure out what was going on, and we heard struggling and some fighting noises, breaking stuff coming from one of our roommates' rooms, and we could hear she was struggling with something or someone. We began to try to open the door. We were kind of banging on it. Something was wedged in it or something, and we were trying to get it open. That was when the suspect stepped out of the room. He very quickly opened the door, and kind of in one fell swoop, he had struck me in the face with his fist, a closed fist which had a kitchen knife in it. And so he struck me right above the eye, and that caused like a gash to open up on my cheek. He then proceeded to start attacking the other roommates that were in the house. After I kind of controlled myself and took a moment, I realized that no one was calling the police. And this whole hectic confusion, I quickly ran and got my phone, dialed 911, started talking to some operators. That was when I heard a couple more screams happening, so I quickly ran back out of my room to try to help the situation. I saw a couple of the roommates had some bad cuts, bruises, and gashes. One of the roommates had gashes on both sides of his nose and his forehead. Another one of the roommates has been reported that he had 4 stab wounds in his back and 2 on his head, as well as a gash on his eye. He was actually life flighted from Good Samaritan Hospital to Emmanuel Hospital in Portland, and he's been in between surgeries. So it's pretty hectic and kind of scary at the same time.
I couldn't even start to imagine. Did you know anything about the attacker at all? Ever seen him or recognize him? Or?
And I only got a split-second look at him when he had a bandana on his face, so I didn't get a very good look at him. But we really don't know at this time if it was anyone that we knew or anyone that had maybe previously been in the house. We don't have anything kind of on that. At least I don't know of any updated information on that kind of stuff.
Now it's week 8, man. What's school gonna like? What are you thinking? Are you even thinking about that? Obviously not.
Yeah, that's a great question. Normally another person probably wouldn't be thinking much about school. I'm actually planning to graduate. I am still planning on walking in June. So pretty much this term was the last term. I think I had maybe a class to do over summer. And so I was kind of planning on walking, and I'm in the middle of all this chaos trying to communicate with my professors and with my advisor, trying to kind of get an updated situation on it. And so I'm kind of going through the process of it. I don't want to completely bail on school, but this is, this is surreal,
Yeah, for sure. And you're DCA major?
I'm actually, DCA and MC, I guess that's kind of all the same. So yeah, in the liberal arts department.
Okay. Now I saw on Things Overheard, there's a GoFundMe
Yes.
account started. What was it? Who started that, and what's the story behind it?
So my sister started the GoFundMe project. It's in support of all of us who were attacked, but specifically it's really aimed towards Jesus Valencia. He's one of our roommates, and he was the hero of the situation. He sort of took the most time with the attacker. He was getting, he's the one who had to be life flighted. He suffered the stab wounds on the back, and he was really going through the most. Him and one of the other roommates were really going through the most of it, and Jesus just ended up the worst for the wear. And so we really wanted to get this started because we know that, getting in that ambulance, getting in that helicopter, it's not cheap. And so we want to express out to everyone in this community, because everyone here at OSU is a big family, and we want to express that if there's anything you can contribute, anything at all, $2, $1, 50 cents, anything. Just do whatever you can, because I promise you it counts and it really matters and it will really help him out in the long run.